Hello everyone, Tony Walsh here and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's been a while since I've made a video, so it's about time I make one. But first, I want to thank some loyal subscribers and what has turned out to be some lifelong friends, and that is Ed and Ernie Hatmaker. We met Ed and Ernie a few years ago now at a meetup in Central Georgia, and as I said, they have turned out to be lifelong friends, so we received this as a gift from Ed and Ernie, and if you don't know them, her channel is Ernie Hatmaker, and his channel is Ed's Attention to Detail. So make sure you go check both of them out, and I'll put links in the video description and maybe up here in the corner, this corner here somewheres. But today I want to review what they give us, and that is the Mossy Oak Gamekeeper 4-tray digital dehydrator. You know, we make jellies, we do all sorts of things, but one thing we have not done is try to dehydrate any food. And if you can see this here, you know I need to eat healthier, so that's what we're going to try to do with this dehydrator. I don't have it unboxed yet, so let me get turned around and get the stuff out of the box, and I'll bring you right back. Okay, you see the display flashing right here? To the right hand side of the display is a plus and a minus arrow. To the left hand side it says time and temp. And on the bottom is the start and pause. So we're gonna, it's set for 0 hours, so you just mash the top button for 2, 3, 4, 48 if you want to. And then go back over here to the left button and change it to temperature. And the timer goes in 1 hour increments, but the temperature, whether you go up or down, goes in 5-degree increments. And it also does Fahrenheit or Celsius depending on what part of the world you're in. So once you get all that set, assuming your food that you're dehydrating is already in there, you just mash the start button. And you'll hear the motor, it just starts gradually getting louder as it winds up. And you'll hear it. I don't know if you can hear it or not. So once it gets going full speed, and if you want to check your food that you're dehydrating in the middle or when it gets close to the end, before the time runs out, just mash this button once and you'll see a PA right here. That means it's paused. So the motor quits running, but your settings are still in control. So that allows you to check your trays while you want, and then you just mash the button back, the motor starts right back up, and you finish dehydrating. So that's all there is to the dehydrator. So the question is, what are we going to dehydrate first? So let me get this stuff moved around and we'll look at that. Okay, what we have here is Muscadine grapes that we picked. Now we've already used some for other things. We have already frozen some for grape juice to make grape jelly. I've already carried some to work. If you'll see here, we've got purple and we've got what they call white grapes, even though they're green. I do not know the variety names of each one. This Grape Harbor that's over at Blessed Nana's house, Jackie's daddy planted it years ago, so don't know the varieties, but the purple ones are sweet, sweeter than these right here. And we make the jelly out of the purple because if you make jelly out of these, it looks muddy. So we just eat these, make jelly out of these, but even though we prefer to eat these. The bad thing about muscadines is they have seeds in them when they get this big, so you can't make raisins. You have to make sure you strain them for making grape jelly, or not you'll have seeds in them. But the little ones like this does not have seeds. So as I said, we got a new dehydrator, so we're going to try to make our own raisins. And this is not going to be a how-to make raisins video. This is not going to be a very much of a how-to use a dehydrator video because this is brand new to me. So let me get the muscadines have tough skins, so when we eat them, we usually just, when they're this big, we just push the innards out and eat the innards and throw the hull away. But when they're small like this, the skin is not hard. But just like when you're doing dehydrating regular grapes, you've got to slice it or poke a hole in it, because grapes are made to hold the juice in. So if you want to dehydrate it, you've got to get the juice out. Some people slice it with a knife. I was watching Peggy from Page Family Homestead, Our Journey Back, and she just takes a toothpick and pokes a hole in it. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, this is not a how-to video, so I'm not going to show you how I do all that, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the small screen on my top tray because these grapes are small. When they dehydrate, I don't want them to fall through. So let me get all this ready and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I got the grapes on there. You can see I've got mostly green because we just like to eat the purples, but I do have some purple ones on there. Just a couple of different sizes, but they're all fairly small. And that's when they're good to eat because no seeds, but the big ones are just as good to eat. You just got to spit the seeds out. So again, not a how-to video, but everybody says you use it at 135 degrees. And I've read and watched anywhere from 24 hours to 36 hours. So let me get it plugged up. I'm going to set it for 24 hours. Okay, so it's set for 24 hours at 135 degrees. So we'll bring you back tomorrow and let's see what they look like. Okay, so after 36 hours, these are done. And you can tell the difference between the white or green grapes and the purple grapes. You can see a purple one right there to the right. So we started with 24 hours and then went to another 24, but was able to stop it at 36 because a lot of the smaller ones we had got way too hard, so we've already pulled them out. So like a small one like that ended up being the right size. You can see a couple in here that, like that one right there in the center, it didn't quite get done, so it needed to be more. So one thing we learned is to be careful with the sizing of your grapes. They can't be too small or too big. They have to be almost uniform in size. But these do taste like raisins, even with the tougher muscadine skin. That was no issue with the dehydrating. So we're happy. So again, not a how-to video for the dehydrator and not a how-to video to do grapes. We just wanted to play and start dehydrating. So hope you enjoyed and look forward to seeing you at the next video.